Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? Yes, it is. Happy Wednesday, guys. Another day here, ready to get started. See what's going on in the overall markets. Yesterday was a very interesting day. Yesterday was super interesting because it played out like I said it would in the Discord. The only thing was that it didn't happen until later in the day, primarily during lunchtime, which is extremely annoying. I did catch a piece of the SPY to the downside in the afternoon going into the close, but definitely wasn't the day. The day didn't play out exactly like I thought time frame wise. So we're going to dive into that. Give me 1 minute here. Let me put out a tweet, quick Facebook post, let everybody know we're live. How did you guys do yesterday? That looks like it's probably a buyout, huh? ATRS. Yeah, I figured it would buy out. You were quiet over there, the beast, yesterday? Don't blame you. The morning wasn't easy. Dwayne, good morning. No trades for you either? Good job, guys. Good job. I started the day off yesterday red, quickly turned it back to green, and then in the afternoon session, firmly got into the green. All right, guys. So, first things first. Let me go over yesterday's trades. And in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, throw it up in chat there. Yesterday, I traded Tesla 2 times. I traded Tesla 2 times, all within this choppy mess. And ended up, I was trading to the downside, ended up first trade red, second trade green, brought me back to green, but just basically barely green. But it did bring me back to green. And then I sat in that all day long. Yep. And then in the afternoon, we had the SPY do that. And then I was able to capture the last bit of the move. Here it is. I was able to capture the last bit of the move right there. Right in there. I was able to capture that last piece of the move. and make some money. Made some money on some puts there, and then firmly got into the green on the day. I was considering swing trading some, but then we bounced back so strong into 439, right in front of this 435 level. Like we got all the way down here to 436 and change. I was like, all right, I'm going to close out the remainder. So I closed out the remainder contracts for break even, basically. And it was like a slight little win, but break even. Because even though you don't have commissions with Charles Schwab on options, you still got to pay. I think it's like 30 cents a contract. So either way, right there, boom, you know, just break even the last little piece. Maybe we made a couple bucks. All in all, nice little green day for sure. And caught at least that move there at the end of the day. But yesterday in the morning, we were like right around here, and I was like, guys, you know, the only thing that I could think of here is that we're going to fade this gap up later on in the afternoon. I said it in the Discord. And unfortunately, it did it during lunch. You know, in bear market situations, these types of gap ups, you generally are able to fade them. And that's what I was trying to do on Tesla. But it didn't go until lunch. Look. It didn't go until lunch. I told everybody right before lunch, I was like, guys, all right, so what I'll be watching for later on this afternoon is the SPY to break under the day's low. And I even drew it out. I don't know if there's anyone, I mean, I know the Beast is in here. The Beast, were you in chat when I did this? I drew it out. I said, this is what you want to look for. And then you want to look for a retest of the level and a fail for a continuation move to the downside to close this gap. I drew this before lunch in the Discord, and I told everybody that's what I would be looking for if, you know, if I get a shot at it in the afternoon. And look at exactly what the SPY did, but it did it during lunch. Are you kidding me? There's the resistance I was talking about. There it is, and there's your rollover, but it did it during lunch. Oh, you weren't in chat yesterday at all? You were completely off? Gotcha. So I did that yesterday in chat for everybody, and it did it during lunch, and I'll never forget it in my life, I think, because I came back at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. lunch is over, and I came back at 2 p.m. and we were all the way down there. We were down here. And I was like, man, you gotta be kidding me. So then right at 3 o'clock is when I caught during power hour, I caught my trade. Let me get my alerts real quick here. Yeah, the Beast is kind of goes back to that lesson I did the other day. I don't know if you were in. I said about mental capital and how, you know, when you miss out on a trade sometimes, just bank those mental capital points. And that's what I'm doing. I'm banking the mental capital points on that because it was a beautiful setup. It just happened during lunch, which is not what I wanted. Let me see here. Alerts. So here are my alerts from yesterday. Here's the Tesla loss, 1550 stop off, 1715 entry. Then here is the scalp. It was too quick to alert, so I actually posted the orders here so people could see I truly wasn't. It's 1715, 19, and 18 were my take profits on that scalp. Then the puts happened at 3:02 p.m. and I was completely flat by 3:48 p.m. 435 strikes. April 22nd expiration because I did intend to hold a piece of it for a swing trade, but closed it out before the close. 453 entry, 513, 520s, and then closed out the remainders here at 456. So that was yesterday's action. Exactly, the Beast. Exactly. Guys, do me a quick favor. We got 18 people watching the live stream, and we only have 8 likes. Let's bump those likes up. We need 10 likes there. Get this thing caught up. In the meanwhile, BCTX. Let's go take a look at that one, Beast. That one just popped right now. Let's go see what kind of news this thing has, because that kind of pop has to be news. Up 19%. BriaCell receives FDA fast track approval for targeted breast cancer immunotherapy. So definitely one to keep on watch today. Look at this old line we drew here, guys. Look at where it found support yesterday. Are you kidding me? We drew this line. Guys, we drew this line on December 16th of last year. That's why sometimes I leave these old lines on there, because they're relevant. You know, if it's an important price level, it'll be relevant. And look at that. Look at that level. Are you kidding me? We broke finally above it, and then yesterday pulled into it, and look at today. Today, off the back of that news, we're getting a nice bounce off that level. That $12 zone is going to be strong. Look at that. Previous resistance right there. So far, resistance here in pre-market. I'd probably watch and see if these mid-10s to $11 can hold support on this. That'd be the level to watch, I think, on this one. All right, so let's put that one on the watch list because it's got good news. And if we can hold that level, you know, maybe we can get a move on this thing. So BCTX, FDA, that's fast track designation. No, fast track approval for targeted breast cancer immunotherapy. Watching the $11 area for support. Could have room to 12, to over 12. What is that? About 1240. All right, guys, you have any tickers you want me to throw up on the screen and go over the chart with you? Jackie, good morning. Jackie, I'm so sorry, man, about yesterday. I posted in chat, all the info's in there on what happened. Check that out when you get a chance. We're going to be doing DTC Pro Study Session today at 6, guys. Joey, good morning. AMD, well, let's take a look at AMD. Yesterday, I called out AMD for the team for a $96 area short opportunity. And look at that move off that level. While I was in the SPY puts, right before I got in the SPY puts, because I know sometimes people don't want to trade options. So right before I got in the SPY puts, I said, guys, look, this is what I'm looking for on the SPY for a trade, for puts in the afternoon. And then I said, here's AMD for a short. And look at that short off of 96, guys, all the way down here to like 94 and change. That's an awesome low risk trade right there. I'm not sure if anybody caught that one in chat, but that was a really nice trade. On AMD, as long as it's under 96, it's got room to the downside. So I'd watch that 96 level, see if it can hold resistance. You know, 96 is not going to be to the penny. So the 96 area, watch and see if that level can hold resistance. It could have room to fall here down to $92, $93. All right. Now the question for today is, do we have further downside today? Or do we start just consolidating here and maybe do a little bear flag? That's, you know, is today going to be choppy? That's something that's something else to keep in mind. That's something else to keep in mind. All right, any other tickers, you guys? Twillo. There's not a whole lot going on here in Twillo right now. Like the range is extremely tight. 141, 140. I mean, it's good range. You got 7, 8 points you can try to pull out there. Maybe you pull out 3 or 4. But compared to how Twillo was trading prior, the size of the candles are definitely different. So we're getting a lot of consolidation going on here on Twillo, and what seems to be almost like a little descending channel, almost like a little descending channel here. I'd watch Twillo and see if this 147 zone could hold resistance. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at how well that lines up, guys. Look at all his previous tops back here, and then back here is like that gap entry zone. I'd watch that 147, see if it can hold resistance. You got room to fall here to 142, and that's a minor level. So you probably have a lot of room to the downside here if that 147 will hold resistance on Twillo. If the market also turns around, you could see it just jump back right up in here and test this 50-day moving average once more. which this 50-day has been an extremely strong level of resistance on Twilio. All right. Morning, Taylor. All right, guys, you got any other tickers you want me to bring up here on the chart? CRM. Let's take a look at that. Wow, look at CRM. We talked about this one on the 2nd of last month. We talked about this level holding resistance. And look at the resistance this thing did and how it shied away from it. That's crazy. I wish I would have brought this one back up on myself here. Because we drew this line on March 2nd. Here's March 2nd right here. This candle right here is March 2nd. If we would have kept this one on watch, like a little back burner play, we would have been able to have eventually caught a real nice short on this one. So CRM now, I mean, it's in the middle. Think about it as a trading channel. And we're like at the bottom end. So yeah, maybe you got to bounce off this level. You know, maybe you got to bounce off of 190. Maybe you don't. So here you have to wait and see if you get like a confirmation bounce. You see how you got a real nice bounce here and you went higher. Watch for that, or watch for the opposite, a breakdown out of it. And then me personally, I prefer to wait for a retest. So a little bounce back up into it. And if we reject, right? Then I'd watch to try to get some shorts or some puts and ride this thing lower. There you go, the beast. Mahesh, is that EPAM? Is that what you want me to look up? Guys, remember, try to put them all in caps. That way we know for sure. Yeah, EPAM. Okay, guys, you can't, if you're a trader, Flack. If you're a trader, you look at a chart and you can't force your will on the chart. You can't force your will on it. You have to be willing to look at the chart and then say, what trade is the chart giving me? So you can't be like, I need a long entry in such and such stock. You really have to look at the chart with the mentality of, let me bring up the chart and what entry or what trade, if any, is it giving me? If it's giving me some sort of setup, that's the setup I'm to trade. If it's not giving me anything, well, then there's nothing to be done there. So try not to just bring up a chart with that bias of, there's no long setup on EPAM right now. There's a potential short setup. There's a potential short setup because you have 50-day moving average resistance along with 330 resistance. Okay. So there's a potential short setup here. If you bounce back up in here and reject, you might be able to ride this down some. You might be able to ride this down some. Now, can you catch a bounce? Yeah, sure. But remember, the trend is your friend. You could maybe at 261 level catch a little bounce. We've bounced on it once, twice, 3 times. So maybe that level can hold you some support. I personally would rather look for a short if I get a rejection of 324 and then get a ride down there, taking profits along the way. So that's what I would look for. But remember, guys, always look at the chart with the mentality of what trade, if any, is it giving me? My pleasure, Taylor. The King says, I've seen people... Oh, why did you delete that? No, that was great. That was a great comment. The comment was along the lines of, I've seen people that subscribe to stock services and they think that at 9:30 is when the day starts. Just like every other Yahoo out there that puts out like ads and they're like, oh, make $10,000 in the first 30 minutes of the day. That's just give me 30 minutes every day and I'll make you a successful trader. That's bullcrap. And this is the reason why my channel doesn't have 100,000 subscribers and my room doesn't have, 5,000 members. This is it. Because I come out here and I tell you, hey, you're going to have to work your ass off. Hey, you're going to have to get up at 8 o'clock at least, hop on the scans, formulate a watch list. And that's not what people want to hear. That's not what people want to hear. So yeah, that's exactly true. That's exactly true. It takes time. It takes time and it takes a lot of effort and it takes a really good work ethic. Keshra, good morning. Glad to have you on here. All right, what other names do you guys have you want me to look at for you? The King. You know what I have back here? I don't even know, but I don't even know the name of the chair anymore. But this is like some Logitech collaboration that Logitech did with some major chair manufacturer, because I got tired of having crappy chairs that I replaced every year. Literally spent over $1,000 on this chair. I was like, what? But it's been worth it. There you go. There you go, the beast. I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. I don't even like getting up 4 a.m. to go fishing, and I love fishing. But I do get up at 7. Damn it, I don't have my water here. All right, guys. Guys, we got 30 people watching the live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button for me. It really helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Early bird gets the worm. That's true. Kesha, B-O-R-R. Let's go ahead and take a look at that one. Well, we've gone over this one in the past. Let's see here. When did we draw these lines? We drew these lines on March 2nd. Well, that's the second stock today that's been brought up that we analyzed on March 2nd. Right now, let's go ahead and erase these lines. Right now, I'd watch for $4 zone, see if that can hold some support. You might get some support out of that and some pullbacks before you can catch a move higher on this. You'll probably see some resistance up here near 6. So it's got plenty of room. It's definitely got plenty of room. Let me let everybody know we're live over here real quick on Discord. Okay. PHLO. PHLO. No, there's no such thing. PHLO. There's no ticker. I think you mean PHIO, maybe PHIO. Yeah, PHIO no longer in play here. So yesterday we were watching to see if PHIO could give us something like this on the daily chart. We're watching to see if we can get something like that out of PHIO. And then yesterday it didn't. You know, it came down here, tested the area, and just completely fell apart. I have to imagine they did some sort of offering maybe. I don't know. But that's just destruction. So this is no longer intact. So if you guys want to go over those, another one we were watching was MULN. MULN is still surprisingly intact. We talked about it this week, getting up here and then pulling back. This is a short week. We're closed on Friday. So let's see if this thing can continue consolidating a little bit and lead us into next week, and maybe we can get a breakout then. So far, it's doing very well. And I know AMD was the other one. I think AMD was for the short side, if I'm not mistaken. BCTX. There you go. That one's still moving around. I mean, obviously these are the warrants for BCTX. You just got to watch BCTX when you trade that. BCTX coming all the way back down here towards 11, guys. We talked about 11 holding support so far. That's exactly what's happened. All right, any other names you guys have you want me to look at before we move on and push forward with the scans and some news? So far, BCTX is the only thing we have on there. Hey guys, do me a quick solid. We got 35 people watching the live stream. Thank you very much. But we only have 18 likes. We don't even have 20 likes. Let's get that up there closer to 30. I appreciate it if you could help me with that. How low can AMC go? Monarchy, good morning. Okay, so AMC, we talked about this one the other day, and we talked about how we cracked under 21 and then 21 became resistance, and watch for the 50-day. If the 50-day couldn't hold, then I mean, we really have room all the way back down to $15, $14. And I kept saying that, you know, I think we cracked that level by May or June. I don't know if I said June, but I do remember saying May. That was before we had this big run up on the back of that GME news and the whole stuff. Everybody quickly realized, oh, this news has nothing to do with AMC. And we're getting the sell-off here. So I think at a minimum, we're down here in the support zone by next month, by May. And I wouldn't be surprised to see us crack that level and go a little bit lower. Wouldn't be surprised. What do we got here? NILE. I think we've been over this one. Yeah, there's nothing here. There's just nothing here. There's 50 cents potential support. 50 cents potential support. 62 cents potential resistance. That's it. There's really nothing else there. My kid has one of those like little Bluetooth microphones that you can sing into and whatnot. You know, it's just a toy. She's out there in the living room just saying hello. Love it. Taylor Adams says, what did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap that like button. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Oh my god. All right. That was funny. That was funny. Okay, so JPM, guys, the bank reported quarterly earnings of $2.63 a share, 6 cents shy of estimates. Though revenue exceeded Wall Street forecasts, JP Morgan's profit was down 42% from a year ago as deal volume slowed and trading revenue declined. The stock fell 1.1% in pre-market. Oh, that's ugly. That's ugly. And JPM is breaking underneath a key level here, guys. This 127 zone right here. You could see clearly support here and back here. Okay, that's a key little level on JPM. So if that level breaks down, we could see further downside on JPM. Could get down here to like 124. 120, yeah, about 124, 123s. So on JPM. So JPM, I'm putting it on the watch list. Watching for the 127 area to break and become resistance. Could have room to fall to the 123, 124 area. Keep that on watch on JP Morgan there. The king. All right, what else do we have out here? Delta. Oh, wow. Nice little move there on Delta, up over the 200-day moving average on the daily. Delta rallied 6.6% in pre-market after reporting a smaller than expected quarterly loss and predicting a current quarter profit. The airlines also said monthly revenue exceeded pre-pandemic levels for the first time since March. So, I mean, I'd watch that 200-day moving average, but this is not something I'm going to look at actively today. Okay, so Bed Bath & Beyond, the houseware retailer, reported an adjusted quarterly loss of 92 cents per share, compared with analyst expectation of 30 cents a share profit. My God, talk about missing. Bed Bath & Beyond instituted price hikes during the quarter, but it was not enough to offset the surge in shipping costs and other adverse factors. Bed Bath & Beyond shares tumbled 8% in pre-market. All right, let's erase these old lines. We drew these lines on the 10th of March and the 8th of March. So let's erase that. See what we got here, fresh and new. I'd watch this level here at 18, but we're so far away from it now. We're all the way down here at 16 bucks. This thing sold off pretty quickly here. This could be a potential little temporary bounce zone on BBBY at 16. Underneath that, you really have room to fall down here to 14s. And even more so if you're patient enough, you could even get down here to the 12s. But that's one to keep on watch there, but it has to get under 16. All right, I don't see anything else here in the news that's calling for major attention as far as tickers reporting earnings and such. Let's take a look. Monarchy. No, never that industry. No. U.S. stock futures rose Wednesday morning following Tuesday's intraday reversal that saw the major indexes finish in the red. The tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite and the S&P 500 both fell around 0.3%, their third straight negative session. They had been up as much as 2% and 1.3% respectively as Wall Street initially rallied on hopes of inflation was peaking after March Consumer Price Index showed the largest annual increase since 1981. Some of us weren't even born yet, and we're seeing that type of inflation come here. That's insanity. The Dow Jones Industrial Average declined about 88 points or 0.26%, giving up earlier gains at nearly 1.1%. All three indexes closed below their 50-day and 200-day moving averages. That's what's been going on there. NEGG, let's go check NEGG. We went over this one recently. Look at all the lines we drew. We went over this one on the 4th, on the 4th of this month and the 29th of last month. But right now there's just nothing going on here. There just truly is nothing. You have 584 support, 848 resistance. That's it. There's nothing else going on there. ATRS. This looks like a buyout. Let's confirm. Yeah. So they were bought out for $960 million. Does anyone want to buy the daytraderchatroom.com for $960 million? I'll even work for you. It's a buyout. So that one's there's nothing to do on that. It's just gonna trade like this all day. All right, so we got BCTX, we have JPM. Let's look at the SPY. The SPY is just sitting here. It's just sitting here. It's so quiet. It's like I just want to be left alone. I can't believe it's given back so much already here in pre-market. I expected it to give some back, but not so quickly. Not so quickly. What's today? Wednesday? I would love nothing more for the SPY today to put in exactly the candle you see. This is so with these TC2000 charts. Speaking of which, guys, DTC Pro, if you're interested in becoming a DTC Pro member, every day this week, I've told you, Monday, DTC Pro member sign up, get 6 months of TC2000. Tuesday, 5 months of TC2000. Today, Wednesday, if you sign up for DTC Pro, you're gonna get 4 months of TC2000. We're gonna pay that for you. Let me get you the link real quick. Today will be 4 months if you sign up today. So there you go. Just if you sign up, send me a message, let me know, and then I'll get you that. We're gonna pay for it. Like, we're literally going to pay for those scanners for you. Now, scanners and charts, obviously. Now, this is in pre-market. It basically on the daily puts the candle as if it were regular trading hours. So today, I would have nothing more than the SPY to put in that candle on the day. Not the square that I've drawn here, but the candle that is actually setting in place right now. Don't break under yesterday's low, and just don't break up and over and hold the 50-day. Stay under the 50-day above yesterday's low. Do that today and do that tomorrow. I don't think it's going to do it because it never does. But that's what I would want to see happen. Why? Because then we can roll into Monday and look for that to resolve itself into a dump to 430, 428, which was the January lows. That would be my best trade idea. I just don't think we're going to get exactly that. I think if we're going to dump it, I think we either dump it today or tomorrow. Preferably at a minimum tomorrow at least. I mean, if it's going to dump it ahead of time, I would prefer it Monday, then at least tomorrow. And then just today consolidate, maybe trap some more longs in the market. And then we get that flush, take us down to January's lows. So that's what I would be looking at on the SPY. And I'm going to write it up kind of like that. So SPY, watching for it to trade under the 50-day, but over yesterday's lows. Then watching for a break under the lows tomorrow and a fade to the 428 zone. If it does it beforehand, then be prepared. All right, so we got the SPY there. ALZN. There's really no volume on that one right now, and you got rejected up here at 125, 130, which is a level of resistance. Previously level of resistance there, previous level of support back here. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot here right now. Maybe watch for these 110 to 115 area to hold support. That's about it. We drew out, guys, you remember when we drew this out? We had it on watch. This was December of last year. Look at that resistance at ALZN and how that stock just got completely demolished off that level. That's insane. All right, so next, let's go take a look at Tesla. Tesla's still sitting at that 100-day moving average level. It's just sitting there. It's not bouncing off of that, which leads me to believe that if we get that crack, we should fall all the way down here to that 50-day moving average. We should fall all the way down there. So I'm going to write it up like I did yesterday, very similar. ALZN. Oh, guys, yesterday, if you didn't get the email with the watch list, Jonal, he's traveling around the U.S., and they were in a really bad weather area in Kansas, and he had to basically evacuate the area, so he was unable to send out the watch list. But don't worry, today you should get it. Well, today you'll get today's. All right, so Tesla watching for a break under the 100-day MA for a fade that could take it to the 50-day MA around 920s. Okay, so BCTX, GPM, SPY, Tesla so far on watch. VERU bouncing around. A little bounce there. VERU, yesterday it pushed up so high, like it opened up way too high. It opened up way too high. And it sold off, but it held 10 like we wanted it to. I would hate to see this thing today do something crazy like that and push up over day before yesterday's highs. I'd hate to see that. I'd prefer to see it do something like that and then give us a daily flag that we can play next week. That would be awesome. See, I can't just step in here, to be honest, and buy this thing at in front of 10 and be like, okay, no problem. I'm going to buy this thing here. And it's going to be a swing trade as it does the flag on the daily. And my stop is under 10. I only have 85 cents, let's say, of downside. But the problem with that is that what if tomorrow we wake up, you know, these small caps that move from like $2, $5 to like 15, and we have an offering, and this thing opens up down here tomorrow. Where'd that 85-cent risk go? So that's why I rarely swing trade these smaller plays. Because what if that happens? Can you imagine? Dude, insanity. No way. So I won't put myself at that mercy of a biotech that's biotechs are cash burning businesses. They need to get money. They need to get money really, really quickly. Otherwise, they just run out because they burn. Their cash flow burns when they're working on the drugs in their pipelines and such. So when they make moves like this, the smartest thing a CEO can do is get on the phone and start looking for investors and do an offering, right? So maybe it doesn't happen now. Maybe the damn thing goes to 20 and I'll trade it on the way there. But I can't just come in here and buy it down here and wait for that move, because we could easily wake up tomorrow with an offering done at $8 and we bought at 10.80 with a stop at 10. But you can't stop out at 10 when you wake up tomorrow and the damn thing gapped out at 8, gapped down to 8 because of an offering. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind with biotechs. All right. So BCTX, JPM, SPY, Tesla so far here on watch. Do you guys have any other names you want me to bring up real quick here? I figured the beast. Jackie says, I like how you explained about the whole plan and details for multi-day breakouts on VERU. Yes, biotech companies need those opportunities for cash flow. Indeed. Exactly. Oh, glad you like it, Jackie. Jackie, were you in chat yesterday, Jackie, when we were in the morning? I'm pretty sure you were in chat when I went over this. And I said, guys, watch the SPY later this afternoon to break under the day's low. Remember, like right before lunch, said watch for the SPY, and I drew it out and I asked you guys, hey, do you like it when I draw out the plans? Watch for the SPY to do something like this. You were in chat when I did that? So I was telling everybody how that's what I do day in, day out. You were in chat? Boom. Got Jackie, look what happened, man. Exactly what we drew out. Exactly what I told you. You know, these little gap ups and bear markets get faded. There you go. I caught it at the end of the day, but I didn't catch that. I didn't catch this because it happened during lunch. Instead, I caught this part right here. So at least caught some puts. Guys, that's what I do every day in chat. Every day in chat. Nvidia, actually, yeah, I was going to talk about this one. Nvidia, we're at a crucial point here. If you guys remember, let me go over to the weekly watch list. Okay, so here you go. Nvidia was on the weekly watch list. If this stock breaks under 224 and have that level become resistance, you could see 210 area get tested. That's on the weekly watch list. We broke under that 224. We held it resistance. We came all the way back down here towards what was yesterday's low. 212.82. Boom. Right where we drew that line. Right where we drew that line. So now you can watch that level, see if it wants to hold support for a bounce back up into 224. But I'm going to watch that level, see if it cracks, becomes resistance, and we go lower and get back down here to like 207, 208. So I'm going to write it up as such. Nvidia watching the 212 area to break and become resistance. Could have room to 207 zone. If 212 holds support, could have room back towards 220s. I'm glad you said that, Joey, because Microsoft is at a key level as well. This 278 zone here. If it cannot bounce off this level, you could see Microsoft go lower. All right, look at, even on the weekly chart, look at this level, how it's been a level of support. If we crack underneath it, I think you see Microsoft go lower. All right, just keep eyes on that. What time is it? 8:52. All right, guys, we're 8:52 a.m. We got a couple minutes here before we hop on over to the Discord. Let me see here. We already went over that. We already went over this. There's not a lot gapping up today, guys. I feel like there's a lot of indecision right now today so far in this market overall. I feel like there's a lot of indecision right now in this market so far today. IQST. IQST trying to hold the 200-day moving average. This thing's in the middle of a lot of consolidation, a lot of chop. I'm guessing it's going to need some sort of press release to get it up over 74. Yeah, be wary of chop. Good point, the beast. Be wary of chop today, guys. Guys, you can get 2 weeks of DTC Lite for free when you sign up. Right there's the link. And if you're interested in becoming a DTC Pro and getting access to everything DTC Lite has to offer, plus all the extras that Pro brings, which is one-on-one with me, all the courses, and every course I come up with, all right, throughout your membership. Also, all the videos in the video lesson library, which are hundreds of videos. Then you can take advantage of 4 months of TC2000 as well. So here's where you get access as a DTC Pro. You get access to the dashboard that has obviously the watch list, charts, market news, crypto, and then all the courses. Day Trading 101, Advanced Day Trading, Options Trading, Short Selling, Swing Trading, and then in the future we will have a Futures Trading course. But for now, here are all your courses, and then additional resources, video lesson library that has a few hundred videos in it already. All right, and they are divided here: trading psychology, technical analysis, day trading recaps, fundamental lessons, and then you still have more resources here for you to review as well. Chart indicators, terms and abbreviations, trading equipment, additional info. All right, that's what you get with DTC Pro. You get all the courses, the one-on-one mentorship, and all the live trading, just like DTC Lite gets with the live trading. Eerie, yes, it does feel that way, doesn't it? There's nothing really gapping up very strong, and overall, the beast, DTC Pro member right there, recently upgraded from DTC Lite. He's already gone through courses, passed quizzes and tests. Good job, man. Glad you've enjoyed it. What I'll be working on later this year into next year is going to be, and I'm actually working on it right now. I've gone over some of it with you guys, is the upgrade to the day trading course that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be adding to it more advanced techniques and strategies that sometimes we do together live in the moment. I'm going to be implementing those into the courses so that you guys can study them properly, go back, because I do the live lessons every day, but there's nothing like going through a well thought out curriculum. All right, guys, so we got about 4 minutes left here before 9. Any last minute questions or any last minute tickers you want me to bring up on the charts? If not, I'll put the final touches on the watch list here. I'll get that sent over to Jonal. Provided he's not evacuating from any tornadoes today, he'll be able to get this sent out to you right away. All right, Monarchy, have a good one. All right, guys, so we have, like I said, BCTX, JPM, SPY, Tesla, Nvidia on watch. Nice little mix bag here. Back burner will keep MULN, daily bull flag. So we'll keep that one on the back burner. So if you don't have any other questions, then what I'll do is I'll start getting ready to rock and roll and hop on over to the Discord, put the final touches on the watch list, and then I'll be back again tomorrow here on the live stream at 8 a.m. Now remember, tomorrow DTC Pro, we're going to go from 4 months of free TC2000 scanners that I'm going to pay for, we're going to go down to 3. All right, we'll go down to 3. We started off the week at 6. Monday was 6. Then yesterday, Tuesday, was 5. Then today, Wednesday, 4. Tomorrow, Thursday, you'll only get 3 months of TC2000 if you sign up to DTC Pro. We went over AMC and VERU. AMC is downtrending here. It's in the middle of the trading channel. And VERU, we're watching for maybe this to happen on the daily chart. Maybe see if it can set up a bull flag. And next week, give us a play. That's what we're watching on those. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to start getting ready to hop on over to the Discord. If you're interested in swinging by there, there is a free section that you can swing by and hang out. You won't get any access to live feeds, screen share, or my trading, but you will be able to chat with us in the chat room section. And there you go. There's that Discord link for you. All right, guys. Good luck out there. Stay disciplined. Any questions, swing by the Discord. Ask away. It's not a problem. We'll be happy to help. I'll be back again tomorrow at 8. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 again. Joy, my pleasure. Thank you very much for joining in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Have a good day out there. Be safe and make some money.